So today's a special day. Today is my birthday, my 38th birthday, November 14th, 1981, when I was born. So I just thought I'd make a video today to share, some thoughts and to also to give a big thanks to the YouTube community out there and helping me achieve my dreams. I'm just very thankful to be where I'm at this point in my life. Um, I'm thankful to be able to make a living, doing what I love and teaching my passion. We've definitely come a long way, and I've gone through a lot, and I'm thankful for all the life experiences that I've had. I'm thankful to all the subscribers out there and even the people that don't subscribe. Just basically thankful for everybody that's helped the channel in some way. People that have watched, people that have sent me messages, people that have called me, um, just everybody out there. And I've gotten some messages from some people saying that, that I'm pretty much like the Bruce Lee of today. I take that compliment, with great honor, to be able to even be considered, somebody to be an inspiration to others' lives, like Bruce Lee was an inspiration to mine and many others. I wish to continue to share, as much as I can about the Chinese culture, the Chinese martial arts, the Chinese arts in general, to remind people about Bruce Lee and the inspiration of martial artists from the Chinese culture, such as Jackie Chan and Jet Li and Donnie Yen, Yip Man, Wing Chun, Shaolin. Just basically share this beautiful energy of the East and this Chinese culture. I feel that this is part of my life's work to be in this position. Somebody else sent me a message talking about, who should be the face of the Chinese martial arts, who should be the face of Kung Fu. And, I wish to be in that position, but it's not entirely up to me because it's in God's hands. He will decide when I'm ready to be in that position. But as I can see right now, it's slowly building up to that. And I want to continue to work hard, continue to share positive energy, and continually grow and gain wisdom, gain more life experiences, and then eventually maybe I'll be in a better position to serve as an influence for the people. It's not just about being Chinese or Chinese American, but it's about representing the martial arts to your greatest ability, as a Chinese American, and to represent it with pride and consciousness, wisdom. And I want to just keep growing. And I haven't really been making many videos speaking much because I never felt really the urge to speak. I just feel that I need to learn more, grow more, develop more humbleness from within, and just a greater understanding of life, so that when I do speak, I'll be saying something more significant and more enlightening. And I did get a message from somebody, a couple of them, where he was upset at me. And I'm assuming it's from some of the past videos that I made that were pretty offensive or disrespectful. But he didn't go into detail about what he was upset about. But all I could say is that I'm working on growing and evolving, in which to become more inclusive of everybody out there and less judgmental of people, of styles, of different ways, of different cultures. I'm starting to understand the world to a greater extent, and with this understanding comes less criticism, less unhappiness, less conflict in general. I think things are going really well in my own life. Things are going well in the things that I see around me. I really don't see that much to complain about. Life is beautiful, and I'm very thankful to be in this position. Lately, I've been seeing some videos on boxing, reading some articles on boxing, and the sad thing is lately there's been a lot of boxers that have passed away in the ring, just sustaining a lot of dangerous injuries and then passing away as a result. It definitely is a very dangerous sport. And then you see the dangers of football, of concussions and CTE. And I've been discussing the dangers of, MMA, cage fighting, and combat sport in general. There's just dangers all around us. There's a movie that I just recently saw called 127 Hours, which is about this mountain climber that got pretty much fell down he fell down and got caught in between two mountains. A boulder came down and it trapped his right arm against the mountains and couldn't get his arm out. And he ended up staying there for 5 days. He was almost about to die, and then he ended up having to sever his arm in order to free himself. And then he lived. It's a true story. And there's dangers in mountain climbing. There's articles that I'm reading about cyclists dying during competition, mountain bikers dying from accidents, people that are driving cars really fast dying on the road, with the whole Lion Air crash, the malfunctioning of the technology of the airplane. People died on board. Read another article of a 20-year-old gymnast, female, that died from an accident on the beam. So there's risk in everything that we do, and certain activities have more risk than others. And as I'm practicing martial arts, what comes natural to me is to minimize these risks and to protect your health and protect your safety. In my eyes, it's important train how to defend yourself. It's important to train to be strong, flexible, fast, healthy. It's important to train to be fit. It's important to know how to defend yourself. It's important to know how to protect others. But we have to train intelligently. There are some weightlifters where I heard, even CrossFit people that's become paralyzed in certain exercises that they've done where they've injured themselves. Injuries can happen, and it's about training safe, training intelligently, protecting your body, your mind, and developing your spirit, developing meditation. And there's a certain approach, a scientific approach, an intelligent approach, a wise approach. And my goal as a teacher, as a Sifu, is somebody who teaches that way, the Tao. There's a balance, and my goal, my objective is to teach that balance. And if it's taught correctly, if you practice it the right way, the martial arts is meant to enhance your life, to make you live longer, to sharpen your intelligence, make you have better memory, make you into a wiser person with more consciousness. And I feel that my training methods and my approach is very much needed within this society, within this culture. We are surrounded by a lot of distractions, and sometimes we're surrounded by a lot of violence. And there's a lot that could be learned from these things that happen around us. That's why I mentioned these articles of people that have passed away, because I feel that there's a lot that could be learned from people who make certain decisions in their lives. We can learn from other people's mistakes, correct those mistakes, and make sure that we don't make those same mistakes within our own lives. It's not about right or wrong, but it's about learning. The internet has provided us with an opportunity to learn from people all over the world. You learn from other people's experiences. So there's boxers out there that put their lives at risk, to entertain us and to make money. And they box really hard, and some of them are very athletic, some of them are very skillful, some of them are very talented. And when we watch them box, there's a lot that we can learn by watching. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we need to engage in that activity in order to learn what they're learning. But if we are to engage in these types of activities like sparring, I feel that we need to have a correct approach, an intelligent approach. My goal is to be very effective in what I do, in what I teach. The techniques that I do, the techniques that I practice, the techniques that I teach. It's very important that it's effective. But at the same time, we always have to be out there protecting our health, protecting our safety, and making sure that we're training in the proper ways, with safety always in mind. And I always felt that the martial arts is something that is not meant to become a sport. It's not meant to be used as a form of entertainment, unless maybe in cinema, but not as a sport where people's lives are actually at great risk. And I noticed that within the Chinese martial arts, they do promote a lot of artistic expression in the arts. You know, with all these Chinese martial art movies, Jet Li's movies, Jackie Chan's movies, Donnie Yen, Bruce Lee, inspiring people to head towards artistic expression in film as they express their martial arts. And I hope to encourage that within my audience as well, where you could train smart, but what you train in can be very effective as well. You know, and the way that you spar, there's a certain approach where you can learn a lot without having to jeopardize your health or your sparring partner's health to a great extent. You know, I'm very thankful to be able to have this platform, YouTube, to express my art and to express my art side by side with my children, with my wife, with my father, and with my students. You know, it's about growing as a family, being there for one another, having fun, laughing, love, compassion, and helping people. You know, that's what it's about. You know, and you know, I'm at the age of 38 now, and there's a lot of things that I will not do at this age that I might have done when I was in my 20s, or maybe when I was a teenager. I don't want to go backwards in life. I want to continue to move forward. So at this age of 38, it'd be an honor to be considered somebody who is as wise as a 48-year-old or a 58-year-old or a 70-year-old. I would not want to be judged and criticized to be acting and behaving like somebody who is 18 years old or 16 years old or 20 years old. So I just want to keep moving forward and growing. You know, so I've been here on YouTube for 10 years now, and hopefully I could be here for much longer. You know, hopefully YouTube will continue to give these opportunities for artists and creators and continue to provide a way for them to make a living. You know, I'm very thankful for that. Without the YouTube, you know, I think it would be very difficult to survive with the martial arts school alone, especially having 5 children to take care of. It's a big challenge, you know, to teach the way that I feel the martial arts needs to be taught, to be correctly taught, and you know, not submitting to the demands of what's popular. You know, because in life, in my experiences, a lot of times the right way is not necessarily the popular way. And I am very committed to teaching the martial arts the right way. according to my eyes. And it's not easy. It really isn't easy. Being a martial arts teacher, it's hard to even be able to make a basic living, to even pay your basic bills for basic necessities. It's hard to even keep the doors open at a martial arts school for 10 years or longer. But I'm up for the challenge, and I want to continue to work hard towards growing this school, towards the growth of my students and my children. And not everything is under my control, and I believe that God is helping me a great deal with getting to where I'm at right now. And when my time has come, He will tell me, and He will let me know that I'm ready, to be in a position where I could have a greater influence in the society. Because there's a lot of responsibility involved in being in a position of power. You need to be ready. You need to be intelligent. You need to be wise. You need to be a great leader. And you need to be humble. And you need to do what's right. And many times it takes many years to get to the point when you're ready. So I'm not necessarily pushing to be ready. I'm rather waiting to be ready. And then God will tell me that it's time. But I've been here for 38 years. And I hope to be here longer. But there's no guarantees. Bruce Lee died at age 32. Tupac died at age 25. And, a lot of people in this world have been taken away early in life. We never know what's going to happen. So I don't want to take this life for granted. I don't want to assume that I'm going to live until I'm 90 or 100. I don't want to assume that I'll always be in good health. But what I will say is that I'll continue to put effort to better my health, to try to live longer, to try to become more intelligent, to try to become more wise. I want to always put effort to try to become a better human being, so then I can be a better teacher, a better Sifu, a better father, a better husband. That is my commitment. And for the YouTube community, I'm very thankful for all of you, for staying with me for this long. And God will tell me when it's time for me to be in a position where I can have a greater influence in this world than what I do have now. I'll keep working hard and to be prepared for that time. I will need to be at my best continually until I die. And that's one of the greatest motivations that I have to continue to keep working hard, to continue to keep training hard. Is because I want to represent the martial arts the best that I can in its purest form, to bring greater respect for the Chinese people and to the Chinese Americans, and to represent Kung Fu. So I want to thank you all out there for giving me your time. And as in advance, thank you for the birthday wishes for the people that wished me a happy birthday. Thank you. Take care.